I was thinking earlier about YouTube and subscriptions on YouTube, and someone wrote a comment and said, "Oh, you gave me a good idea. You've earned my sub," and that's really nice. Thank you very much. But it made me sort of think, how much do YouTube subscriptions really mean? How much do they mean these days? Or what do they mean these days compared to what they used to do? Because I think, if you go back 5 years, the number of subscriptions on a channel was your measure of success. And I just don't think that's really true anymore. So there are so many other ways now on YouTube of measuring your own success. So you can look at your views. You're presented with monthly reports by YouTube. They send YouTube creators reports to say how well your channel's doing and how many views your view rate's up and your view time, and I think all stuff around viewing. I think viewing time has become much more important. But how important are subscribers? Well, I think as a creator, at least a creator of my level, they are still very important. I don't know about channels that have got kind of 1 million subscribers, because I sort of think, well, if you've got 1 million, you've got 1.5 million, does it really make that much difference? Well, maybe it does as far as ultimate revenue is concerned. But if you're a viewer on YouTube, you don't have to subscribe to a channel for YouTube to feed you all the right stuff. If I go online, as you'll have experienced yourself, if I go online and watch a ton of the Computer Chronicles, which is an amazing historical computer show, I would definitely recommend you watch it if you're into retro computing. This is that's the real deal. That's when it was all happening, not people looking back into the past. This is when it was really coming out. It's really, really interesting to see how advanced things actually were in 1985 versus how much we've actually progressed, or not in some cases. Anyway, I go off on a tangent. So if I watch a load of that, I'm not subscribed to that channel, but I will still be fed a lot of that content, and I'll be fed episodes of the Computer Chronicles from the Computer Chronicles channel, or whoever set that up, but also from other channels as well who have this same type of content. So I don't have to be subscribed to anything for YouTube to give me the stuff that I need. So what's the point of it all? Well, I think as a creator, it's extremely rewarding to get subscriptions. It is a measure of how well you're doing, or it's one measure of how well you're doing. And I think more importantly now, it's a really personal measure of how you're doing. You feel, as per that comment that I just spoke about, you feel that when someone subscribes to your channel now, it's not because they want more content from you. It's because you've done something to earn their respect. And that's a sort of slightly different angle to how it used to be. It's like, oh, I'm interested in computers or cameras or electronics or tech. I will subscribe to that channel. No. It's not like that anymore. It's this person has put a lot of effort into the video. They create videos in a style or a pace that I enjoy, but it's still a little bit focused on content. But it's more around, you want to give someone a reward for just out of respect and recognition of the content that they create. So you subscribe. It doesn't matter either way. The number of views, particularly on a channel such as this, where I'm largely doing sort of reviews and tutorials, so they are very specific. It's not themed in the sense of you're not going to get the same kind of content coming again and again about the same thing all the time. So you can't really rely. It's getting quite bright now. You can't really rely on exactly what the content's going to be. So most of my most of my views don't come from subscribers. They come from people searching for particular pieces of information. And that's exactly how I'd want it to be. I don't think that people who subscribe to my channel will see something from my videos and And then, you know, I've lost my train of thought now. I got distracted. That's a problem with getting messages through to your wrist. You just get distracted with it. So yeah, I don't expect them to see one of my new videos come up in their feed and then they immediately watch it. I just don't think that's going to happen, because if they were looking for something, how to fix something in Premiere Pro, and one of my videos just perfectly did it for them, and they thought, love that, respect that, I'm going to give you my subscription. If I then do a video on DaVinci Resolve, they might not use DaVinci Resolve, and they're not going to watch it. And the chances are it's only going to be mixed up in a wash of stuff in their feed that YouTube's pushing them from the stuff they have actually watched. So it's kind of all a bit meaningless, isn't it? You sort of think, what's the point? But what I will say is that as a creator, it does mean a lot still. It definitely means a lot to get a subscription from somebody. When you see that number increasing, and it's extremely sort of rewarding from my point of view when that number goes up and when people sub to the channel. It's still a great thing. It's still like a great way of saying thank you for the content that you produce. Also, it clearly has weight as far as your channel's sort of place, its standing. So when people go on a channel and they see that it's got 20 subscribers, it's either not as well established, it's not, maybe the content's not as good, it hasn't been around for long, the person hasn't put much effort into it. You would be more hesitant, I think, to subscribe to a channel like that, or potentially even to watch the content. I think if you do a search and you come up with 5 results, you're likely, I think, to go to the one with a higher number of subscribers. But I'm not sure if that's because of the higher number of subs necessarily, more because the way they present their content is better, and that's why they've got more subs. It's really, really hard. It's one of those really hard topics to to discuss. But anyway, that's kind of what I think about subscribers these days. It's not really anything that particularly matters in the grand scheme of things, but it is still extremely rewarding to get a subscription, and it is now more of a way to say thank you and just to respect the work that a creator is doing. That's certainly why I subscribe to channels, and I'd like to also think, and I know from comments, that that's often the reason that people subscribe to my channel. So thank you to those of you who have. I'm nearly up to 5,000 at the point of making this video. Not massive in the grand scheme of things, but you know, it's going in the right direction. So thanks very much to all of you who do subscribe, and thank you. And put a comment below, actually, if you are subscribed to this channel and you decided to watch this video just because you wondered what it was about. You know, I bet there will not be any, even though other videos can have loads of comments on them about one thing and another. The way YouTube works is changing. And the more people who create content, the more people who are able now to create good content. It's changed a lot over the past couple of years, and continues to evolve and morph into something that it just wasn't 5 years ago. So yeah, let me know what you think, and thanks very much for watching.